Have you ever looked at your retirement savings and thought, well, that's probably not going to be enough? We get you. We were there 3 years ago and we just left. We've actually been traveling full time on a budget of $1,500 a month. So if you're looking for an option like this, Cambodia might be the perfect pick for you. We almost skipped Cambodia. Like most people, we watch those videos where it says you're going to be a walking ATM. People are going to snatch your bag from a motorbike. All those horrible things. Actually, most videos about why you cannot retire in Cambodia.
Yeah, it's true.
But we went anyway. Well, guess what we found? A place that actually wants you there. Friendly people, easy visas, and yes, a place you could probably call home, at least for a while.
So, here's our 1 month journey. We went through Phnom Penh, Kampot, and Siem Reap. And with what it really cost us, what we loved, and what surprised us the most.
First up, the easy visa. If you're over 55, you get a retirement visa, and it's about $300 a year.
And it's really easy. You just have to prove you're over 55.
If you're under 55, there's a business permit that you can get, which is an additional $200 a year.
So like 500, and you can start a business. Wow.
Yeah, and work.
Phnom Penh. It's located over here on the banks of like 3 rivers, has a population of 2.3 million, and it was once called the Pearl of Asia. This is Cambodia's vibrant capital and the economic heart. Let's start here.
The capital was not what we expected. It was surprisingly modern. A blend of glassy new towers, wide riverside parks, and the colonial buildings holding on to their old charm.
Cambodia has very good internet and it's very reasonable. Our first stop was Smart. So helpful. We were in and out in like 5 minutes. And it was like about $10 each.
Yeah, take your passports like with most places. Yeah. And there she is, she plugs it all in, does it all for you, and off you go.
She handed it back, just like test it, and was like, what?
And then it was like super fast 5G, so yeah.
And Wi-Fi is readily available everywhere as well.
We visited the night market along the river. It is fantastic. If you get the chance, go and do it. But what we discovered was they are really the friendliest people in Asia, for sure.
Probably the world.
Definitely. They were all helping us out. Everyone, even the store owners and the people standing next to us, and they all spoke English. I know people say they don't speak English. They all spoke English. They sometimes get the numbers wrong because they're translating from dollars to reals. And stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But basically, everything else, they spoke fluent English.
Surprising amount of English, because people do say Cambodians don't speak English. I don't know where they went.
And then some of them just invited Ricky, no, come drink with us. Don't go drinking with the Cambodians, they drink.
Yeah, as Brian was saying about the money, they use the Cambodian rial and the dollar. This was really strange for us.
Yeah, it's two currencies.
Yeah, at once. Like you get dollars from the ATM.
Yeah.
We thought that menus with the dollar were going to be expensive, so we were looking for places with real only, but it's not the case. No. And we almost always paid with real.
Yeah, because what you do is you pay with a dollar, then you get reals and change, and no one will accept big dollars anyway.
No one takes anything more than a $10. And most places actually take card anyway. We hardly
ever paid with cash. But when you are paying with cash, there's that weirdness where they give you 2 currencies back, and you have to go, this one's times 4,000, this one's divide 4,000, and your brain is like jig, 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 jig. But you know, you work it out, they don't cheat you. Every single time it's been completely fine.
Quite an experience though.
There is a bus system, and actually Google will help you with it. But we didn't even bother with it because they have tuk-tuks on the Grab app. You choose a tuk-tuk and it's $1 to almost anywhere in the city.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And if you want to go further, they've got the train, which goes to a few locations, or the long-term buses, which can drive you 5 hours to the other places. And when you're in those buses traveling along those roads, there are basically 3 of them. Roads, I mean, the big roads.
There are loads of buses.
Loads of buses, but only 3 main roads. And it seems like all the towns are just built on the side of these main roads. So the one to Siem Reap, it's got a town from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap. And then the one to Kampot, it's a town all the way to Kampot. Instead of having street names, they have street numbers. So lining up with the river is the odd numbers, and perpendicular to the river are the even numbers. One of the great streets was 172. It had fantastic pubs. It had those 75-cent beers that you've heard about, draft beers.
And the most incredible, like, European food.
And waitresses that remembered your name. Or if not your name, it's like, you, come in.
Where you sat and what you eat. And Speaking of eating out, people said it would be more expensive than Vietnam. Well, we found for Western foods, no. Local foods, yeah, you don't get as many like $1 meals because most people are just cooking at home. But a good Western meal, like $6. And also none of the plastic stools everywhere. They have actual
real chairs.
actual
Yeah.
chairs.
There is an instant expat community, particularly on that road we mentioned, and people are very welcoming. In fact, there are these tiny little stores that have the international foods that you crave right in a small store on every street corner.
I was so surprised. I did
Blown
not
away.
expect that. We did see some foreigners who'd clearly fallen on hard times. It does seem to happen. But what stood out was like the local community supported them, brought them food, even small donations. And when we came back like 3 weeks later, the one guy we remembered, he was all cleaned up and smiling. And that kind of says something about the place.
Yeah, I mean, what a great community.
Yeah, picked him back up. He's going to make it.
Yeah. In a minute, I'll give you a tour of our apartment. But I just got to mention that this oven is not common in all places. But boy, were we happy we got it.
But there are a lot of apartments available in Phnom Penh.
Yeah, welcome to our apartment in Phnom Penh. It's an apartment. Come on in.
Very nice. Separate bedroom. Big TV. Loads of windows. Whoa, high up.
Yeah.
I'll show you that just now.
Kitchen.
Uh-huh.
We've got a little stove thing and a fridge. Let's go through to the bedroom quickly. Nice big bed.
Yeah.
There's a balcony.
Whoa. This is nice. Scary. Desk. It's very big. Another table. I suppose more like a kitchen table. Proper whole kitchen.
And it's got everything you need.
Bathroom. Oh, we'll step up. Nice enough shower. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. $20 a night.
Yeah. And long term, we'll ask him. As Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh offers the best infrastructure in the whole country, along with obviously your embassies, great hospitals, and a growing number of international businesses. For retirees or slow travelers or digital nomads even, it provides a solid mix of convenience, amenities and culture, and all at a lower cost than the neighboring countries.
Next up, we took the train to Kampot. It was modern. It took 2 hours, and it was actually a really good train.
Yeah, I'm not sure about your timing. I think it was like about 3 or 4 hours. Anyway, not important.
Maybe I fell asleep.
Kampot, just a little bit southwest, 150 k's from Phnom Penh, and it's quite near the ocean actually. Population only 50,000. Famous for its Kampot pepper, used
Yeah, the peppercorns.
in the best French kitchens and all over the world.
Kampot is a charming, sleepy riverside town that it's easy to walk everywhere. It's got the beautiful colonial architecture, and there are about 600 expats hanging around.
Uh-huh.
And it's small enough that you're just going to bump into them continuously.
Yeah.
It's, oh, hi, little wave, little
Yeah,
wave.
you see the same faces.
A slight nod in the supermarket.
And super easy to walk around. Check us walking through the middle of the street.
The river area is nice. It's got one of those seahorses that spews
And
water.
apparently beaches, but I
No,
wouldn't hold my
I'm not
breath.
counting that as a beach. They also have a light show with fountains.
That was so
really
cool.
nice.
Every weekend, I think. Only.
And then we went past it just a little bit and they have this local night market. I don't know if it's every night or if it's just weekends,
Yeah, no, super cool.
but I think a lot of local tourists come here.
Yeah, sure.
While we were there, the streets were a bit upheaved, but it's because they're fixing the town. They're putting in new electricity, fiber optics, all the good things that a
So it's
city
a
should
good
have.
time to get in and
It
visit
is.
Kampot.
It really is. Oh, and don't get me started on the foods. You get sausage rolls, which was fantastic. And I even had bangers and mash. And
Yeah.
everything with a crack of that black pepper.
Super yummy. And that black pepper ice cream.
Look, I'm a master grinder.
This is the coffee black pepper. I mean, coffee black pepper. How luscious does that sound? So many good
So exotic.
foods.
Wow.
Also, fantastic Cambodian foods as well.
Yes, we ate a lot of Cambodian foods there.
Yeah, we found this place just on the edge of town. Spicy salad. And she was
Wow.
like,
She was not feeling. She was like, no, we like it more spicy. I don't believe that for a second. You'd catch fire.
but she was so nice. Again,
She
so
gave us
friendly.
mango.
Yeah, and explained how many mangoes there are.
There's so many different types. And Cambodia has the sweetest variety.
Cambodia definitely has the best mangoes.
If you don't have a local giving you mangoes, there are some supermarkets where you can get almost everything. But yeah, I mean, it's a great supermarket. It's a lucky supermarket.
Yeah, if you need other things, you'd have to go to Phnom Penh.
The power did go off a few times, but we weren't surprised because of all the upgrades. So we think it was probably something to do with that. Our place was pretty central, easy walking distance to the supermarket. And wait for it, $8 a night.
Yeah.
Let me just show you what $8 gets you before I say you can also get it for $150 a month.
No, it's pretty epic. Stunningly cool. We have this garden courtyard, and wait for it. Let me show you our apartment.
Start off with this massive fridge,
Massive fridge.
massive bed,
Huge bed.
skinny sheet.
Kettle. It's actually the first time I'm walking in here. Mirror, as you can see. Backpack on and everything. No table, but there was a table out there, and there's a kind of a
there's
thingy
a
there.
counter here and a chair.
Oh, this is pretty nice. Loads of space.
Yeah.
It's like an AC. No TV, but hey, we got a laptop. And somewhere there's a kitchen.
Oh, let me just take you around the back because it has shared cooking as well. Watch me Floyd it up.
It's actually quite nice if you had one of those cooking shows.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, anyway, welcome back to the show. Today, what we're going to be doing is a pork bit. Come on, Rick, come in here. Come in and have a look. What we're doing was we're cooking a pork belly. Have a look in there. We're frying it off because you want to get the fats out.
Where's your
You know
glass of
what I mean?
wine?
Where's my wine? It also had what we call a rainy day pool. Okay, it had an unexpected shower, like
Yeah.
gushing water out of the sky.
And the gutter cleaner hadn't been.
Yeah, he's
yet.
supposed to only come in 2 weeks, but this was unexpected. And the water all came into the bathroom and it flooded a little bit. It was a freaking unexpected, and
Sure.
he has repaired it for the future.
But we laughed. I mean, these things add to your memories.
Oh yeah, no, this is one I'll never forget.
Never.
Because then it was Australian joke after Australian joke about how we gave you a free pool. Remember when you came to Kampot and we gave you that free freshwater
Do you want a free
swimming
upgrade?
pool?
Say no to the free upgrade.
Say no to the free upgrade pool. We did sit and chat to the owner. Great guy. He's been there for decades.
Yeah, literally.
He actually was there before the first girly bar started. So there's a funny story behind the girly bars because there are 9 in the town.
9.
But go to the Hideout. It's a place called the Hideout. That's where
Yeah.
you have that cheap accommodation. Speak to the owner, and
They
he
also
will
do
tell
the
you
great
the-
food.
Yeah, they have some great food there. But speak to the owner. He'll tell you the story of why there are 9 girly bars in Kampot.
Brilliant.
It is a bit of a jump off point for those going up to the mountains. There's some abandoned French villas up
Oh yeah,
there.
it's
and
absolutely stunning.
you can head down the beach, and it's not that far from Kep, I
Kep,
think it
yeah,
is,
at
where
the
you get the
coast.
crabs and things. We just loved the town, so we just stayed there.
Yeah, but you got great day trips from Kampot. Kampot is popular with artists and remote workers, and also long-term expats. It definitely attracts those looking for like simplicity and affordability, and to be able to connect with others because it's a small town. It's got a modest expat community, great cafes, and obviously they're improving the infrastructure at the moment. So it does appeal to retirees and slow travelers looking for something a bit more quiet and a bit more grounded away from the big cities.
Time to get up early. We're taking a bus to Siem Reap, all the way from Kampot, stop in Phnom Penh, and then off to Siem Reap. 8 hours, 9 hours? It took
10, I
forever.
think.
It was so long.
Do I get 12?
I'll give you 14.
Siem Reap, up in the northwestern corner of Cambodia. This is the gateway to Angkor Wat. You've probably heard of it. It's the largest religious monument in the world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But Siem Reap itself has like a population of 250,000. It's quite a big place.
Siem Reap actually surprised us.
Yeah, it's not just Angkor Wat.
What? Doesn't get old, Rick. It doesn't get old. It is a real city, with supermarkets, cafes, shops, all the good things you get, and it's a lot bigger than you think. It's actually huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, and there is an Angkor Wat pub.
Angkor what?
What?
Someone else gets it.
It was unfortunately closed, but it's on Pub Street, and a lot of the beers there you can get for the 75 cents. We, however, had another little street right next to
I think
us.
it's called Saksan Road.
Saksan, where it's 50 cents, and they have the biggest selection of Cambodian, international, and Western foods you can imagine.
Yeah, the menus are quite similar, weirdly.
Yeah, so
but they're really good food.
and the price is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, and you're constantly going to hear 50 cents.
50 cents, happy
Happy
hour.
hour every hour,
24 hours. You can use Grab to take your tuk-tuks around, very easy. There is, however, a problem with the tuk-tuks, because if they're not doing an Angkor Wat trip with some people, they're hanging around asking you, oh, let me take you around town for $5, or
Yeah, they
and
get a bit pesky.
The river area is really nice because it doesn't have a sea, so
Yeah.
you live on the river. And they have this great night market, and it's every night. So you've got the night market every night, and they have fantastic foods, proper
So
chairs
many
to sit in.
different foods.
It's a fantastic place to go to. There are lots of parks, even flying foxes, trees of them lining the place, pooping on your head.
It's apparently lucky.
Yeah, I got very lucky there. Also, there's a place called Raffles. You have to go. They have the oldest wooden lift in Indochina.
Yeah.
It was so nice there. Welcome in, sir. Oh, can I take a photo? And this is the photo he actually took of us.
Yeah, he just let us come in and look at the lift. It was really cool.
I really enjoyed that.
Well, on one of our last days in Siem Reap, we found the best supermarket. It's called Anchor.
What? It doesn't get old, Rick. It doesn't get old.
It gets old. Put in the comments, guys. Does it get old?
Angkor Wat.
Anyway, such an amazing supermarket. More variety even than Phnom Penh. They have like Iceland and Bird's Eye. Freezers of bangers.
So much international food. You
Yeah.
will not miss anything if you come from the UK or Australia.
Yeah. I mean, you could really stay here.
Well, while we didn't actually see much of it, this does point to a large expat community.
Yeah, if you've got the products, then
The
they're
people have to be there. We saw some in the shops, but I think those were tourists. It's hard to say. Siem Reap does have a large international airport. It's a little bit out of town, so... Well, if you squint very carefully, you might need this place. It's an eye hospital. But it has a lot of hospitals and everything that a large expat community needs. And it is large expat community.
Yeah. For retirees and slow travelers and even the digital nomads, the draw card of Siem Reap is the complete balance. It's a modern town with good amenities, a strong community vibe, green spaces, flat and walkable, but you've also got the tuk-tuks for easily getting around. Packed with charm, and it's affordable. Wow, it sounds really good.
Cambodia does have some beautiful beaches, and it's got its own islands, like Koh Samui, but they have their own name, like Koh Rong.
Go wrong, yeah.
And they look absolutely stunning, and that's the reason we wanted to go to Cambodia. Unfortunately, there's not much infrastructure to it
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't
moment.
think they're ready for people
Yeah,
yet.
for me, if it doesn't have an ATM that I can get easy
Yeah.
access to, I can't go there. I
That's
just
panic.
Not,
I think
not
it's,
again.
It's
yeah.
for the younger crowd at the moment.
Yeah,
still
they
to
go
the
there,
island.
they party, they live off the whiff of air or whatever.
Definitely
they
not
do.
some with a place you could spend full time.
Well, what did we spend? Well, it was actually $1,220, but it was for both of us, and we did travel a lot. And we have a food channel, so we do have to eat a lot of different foods.
We spend quite a lot on food. Check
Yeah.
out our food channel, by the way.
And anyway, I'm going to just have a look over here. As you can see, the prices of what we actually spent, and you can see the food is quite high on our budget from our normal trips.
Yeah, we only cooked about 5 times.
Yeah, but the food there is so good. Watch it on the other channel. Well, I think we would actually choose Siem Reap. I know it doesn't sound like us,
I'm
but
not sure. I kind of like Kampot as well.
Kampot does have that charm to it. But anyway, I did the numbers on Siem Reap, so thanks, Rick, for ruining that. Anyway, come have a look here. This is what it would actually cost you for a single or a double. And I think $8.30 for
Two people, yeah.
staying in Siem Reap. It's because you're not traveling around, or you're actually getting to do some cooking, eating some of those great dishes that they have at the Angkor Wat shop.
What?
What? Okay, well, retiring in Cambodia, you got to get to the pros and cons. So, pros first up. First pro is that visa. wow, it must be the easiest visa in the world to get. Long term, you just pay your money, you get it. It's like that. Second of all, everyone is so welcoming and friendly.
Really, I
genuine.
I don't know why people haven't mentioned this.
Yeah, why are they're so friendly, and no one's saying that they're friendlier than the Thais. Ooh, don't put hate. But I really think they are.
They are, yeah.
The availability of international stuff, foods and toiletries and what have yous, they're all available there. And probably the most important, it's really affordable. I mean, ridiculously cheap. You saw those numbers, $8.30 for 2 people. Come on, where are you going to get that?
Vietnam, but less of, you got to do visa runs.
Now the cons of retiring to Cambodia. Well, healthcare, it's not as good as its neighbors. In fact, it's less than the US, which is 38 on the rankings.
But to be fair, Thailand is like number 8.
And it is right close to it. So yeah, and Vietnam is at 40. So, the countries around are pretty good. There are not many roads. I mentioned it. They're literally those 3 or 4 roads. So, and the train only goes literally to 2 places.
Yeah. I assume they're fixing it. I mean, they've had a tough past, so they have to rebuild.
And I'm going to say, I know it sounds weird with all the supermarkets and stuff, there's not much shopping, like mall life.
Yeah, non-food related.
Yeah, I was going out and seeing some clothes and that sort of thing. Although we did see some Lambos. Did we get footage of that?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But it's not like you buy that every day.
I don't know. I could shop for those every day. Not going to buy one ever, but
window
I could
shopping.
Shop for them. And while it is sweltering hot, I mean, it really is hot, and it rains quite a lot. So
it buckets.
Yeah.
You get a pool sometimes.
Free pool in your room. Sign up now. Well, guys, Cambodia absolutely surprised us. Let us know what surprised you most about it as well.
Yeah, are you going to plan a visit?
I would definitely go back.
Definitely.
For sure.